Today, we're standing on the top floor of an architectural masterpiece. In the center of Dubai's Business Bay, we find the Opus, a building by world-famous architect ZAHA Hadid. And the crown jewel of this iconic landmark is the Opus Penthouse, a one-of-a-kind experience where the walls are part of a timeless sculpture. This is truly what it means for something to be unique. From the skyline patios to the stunning views of Opus's void, all the way down to the private garage, we got access to every corner, and we're here to share it all with you. Join us as we explore this modern icon of luxury, the Opus Penthouse. Welcome to the Penthouse at Opus. We have a really special tour ahead of us, and in fact, welcome to the foyer of this stunning unit. Right off the bat, you see the light color tones and this beautiful palette. Light marble floors, rounded walls and ceilings, oak paneling on top, and we get natural light from both sides, so this entry is very spacious, very light, and beyond that we have two elevators coming up to the very top floor. Now, the focal point of the entry is right behind me. This stunning glass courtyard with a water feature right in the center. It's also open on top, feeding the penthouse with even more natural light, and I just think that it sets this really relaxing, soothing, and grounding tone as you walk into your penthouse. I love the fabrication here with the marble surface, and right in the center we have a 150-year-old petrified olive tree adding up to the tranquility, and I just think it is such a beautiful feature to look at. Now, on the other side, we have the formal reception, your seating and dining area all in one space, and look at the ceiling height here, the volume, natural light coming in, and I'm going to cover all the details here, but first, let's get the specs of this penthouse out of the way. We have 4 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms, 12,780 square feet of built-up area, and it is on the market for $41 million. And I want to give big thanks to the team at OMNIYAT for making this tour possible. And as always, you can find more information about this one-off penthouse in the description of this video, so make sure to check it out. Now next, let's cover the seating and dining area. Beautiful marble table that is book matched right in the center, and then on top we have this really unique light fixture from Bochi, and below that is your elegant seating area. Minotti couches, your marble tables, accessories. It's a very curated space, but I also appreciate the fact that they left it open for you to enjoy the room, the volume, and the architectural details of the building as well as the penthouse. In fact, look at this curved corner here. You look into the void of the building, which is arguably the most important architectural feature of the building itself. And we're gonna have many of these unique moments and areas for us to enjoy. Now, on the other side, we have these glass doors opening up to the main terrace. Amazing space, and we're gonna see that in a second. But for now, I wanna take everybody this way so we can cover more architectural details. Throughout the penthouse and the building itself, you will see a lot of these exposed steel columns and beams. And I love the fact that they weren't shy about these structural elements. They left them exposed and made them part of the design. In this space of open-area rooms and rounded walls, the aesthetic becomes richer with these reminders of the industrial process. The steel beams are reminiscent of the classic Tribeca and Soho lofts of New York. But to see them here in this environment creates a powerful contrast. The impression made by exposed steel, one of the strongest and most reliable building materials known to man, sharing this space with softly contoured walls and warm open areas, creates a nice blend between the nature of construction and the elegance of chic comfort, a pure expression of luxury. I just think it's super cool that you can see literally the skeleton of the building inside of your penthouse. What do you think?
I think it's really cool. All the curved walls contrasting against these linear beams is super striking, and it's definitely my style. I think if the apartment had right angles for every single wall, the beams might not fit as much, but the fact that they're curved makes these really stand out.
Well said. You wouldn't assume or think that these elements would come together, but they've done it so beautifully and carefully as well. And in fact, the interior of this penthouse was designed by OMNIYAT Atelier, their in-house design team. Building was designed by ZAHA Hadid, but penthouse is their work, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. Cody and I have been walking around trying to find our favorite spots. We got a lot of details to cover.
Definitely.
Now, Cody, why don't we take everybody to the other side, because we have a powder room here. Let's go in. A space like this is a great indication of the level of craftsmanship that you can expect from the rest of the house. Because if someone pays attention to their powder room and make it count, they're most likely going to do that in every other space. And that's the example here. The marble vanity is stunning. The fabrication, the sink, the lip design here, and how you have your toiletries, candles curated, gassy fixtures, and then we have the same light oak paneling here with curved corners. In fact, so far we've already seen so many rooms with rounded corners, rounded ceilings, and that's really the ongoing theme in the penthouse. And then we have the light Santa Marina marble floors, separate water closet here with some mood lighting, this beautiful marble backdrop with additional lighting as well. Really nice powder room. Now, stepping outside, to our right, we have the sliding glass doors opening up to the BBQ Terrace. In fact, this penthouse comes with 4 outdoor terraces like this one, which is nice. You get to enjoy from the different view corridors since the penthouse has such big footprint. Now, to my right, we have the show kitchen, another amazing space. The ceiling height, marble countertops, and then right in the center, we have this stone island. I really like the fabrication and all the angles, and in fact, this island is made by hand. It is also book matched, and then behind me, you can see the base cabinets and uppers running all the way to the ceiling. It creates this beautiful portal effect, and in fact, this is an Armani designed kitchen by Molteni, and they've also complemented with this hinge island, which I thought was a really nice touch. Now, Cody, why don't you meet me on the other side? Because I want to talk about the cabinetry here. It has this really cool textured finish. In fact, I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
And then you have your light marble countertops and backsplash, and this is really where your base cabinets are. But this island packs a lot of punch. Every inch of this island is utilized for some purpose, and also because it's stone clad, these drawers are very heavy. That's why they're motorized, which is a nice touch. And then in the center, we have the induction cooktop with the built-in induction wok. And check this out. The knobs are also attached to the surface here. And I'm gonna actually turn this one on. This is where we have the built-in vent. And in fact, let's see.
There it goes. Now it turns on.
Exactly. And when you're done, you can simply turn it off. And I think you just need to go one more. There we go. It just closes up. Now next, another detail I want to talk about. Look at the intensity of the fabrication here with the sink. You obviously have the sliding block here, but the lip design, the cover for the drain itself, and your faucet is also recessed in within the sink section, and it just looks beautiful. And then on the other side, we have additional cabinetry, your pantry space. This is your built-in fridge, your wine fridge. And if all this wasn't enough, to my right, we have a door that opens up to your service kitchen where you have a lot of cabinetry, beautiful views of Dubai Canal, and it's just a great area that also opens up to your BBQ Terrace so you can serve the outdoors and the indoors as you need. Now, next up, I want to take everybody to the main terrace. They call this space the Sky Garden, and it makes sense. It is situated on the top floor, amazing views of the city, and this outdoor space is nicely landscaped. It has soothing tones, and then we have travertine floors, travertine walls, and just like the rest of the penthouse, we also have the same exposed steel columns and beams. this really nice trellis design above, providing some shade. And then over here, we have this teak wood paneling, and this is really cool. This is a tree light fixture from Bochi, and it just looks very interesting and complements the contemporary lines of this space. Now, I like the seating area here, but the view on the other side is really exciting. In fact, you can see that glass panels here are slanted, and we're currently on the steel bridge that connects two towers to each other. We're suspended 233 feet above ground. And if you haven't watched it already, on our previous video, we toured the Opus and learned its story, and it is such an iconic building here in Dubai. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure to do. It's an architectural experience to walk, live, and breathe this space. Now, next up, we have the second section of the terrace. Again, it's very open, super cozy. I love the oversized planters, and then we have this cozy seating area here with a fire pit. And this section is open on top. They don't have the trellis here, so you get a little bit more natural light. And then over here, we have a ceiling mount, swinging daybed, and this really cool outdoor dining area, beautiful marble table, and then you have these clear contemporary chairs. And now I want to take everybody to the edge. We're literally right in the center of the steel bridge, and you can actually look down to the void, which is an experience. It's exhilarating. And this thrill is perhaps the most undeniably unique aspect of the Opus Penthouse. You're an active part of a sculpture, an artistic expression by ZAHA HADID. The walls of your home have the curvature of Opus's design. Angled windows that guide your eyes into the void and toward Dubai's spectacular skyline. It's a constant invitation to celebrate architecture and embrace creativity. When I step into these rooms, I'm struck in the most natural way. I'm in complete comfort while floating above the most dramatic space of an architectural icon. I look out the windows and I realize that ZAHA HADID's design is something we all admire from the outside. But to be inside a structure like this, in a grand, unrestrained space, with a rich visual landscape in front of us, we're experiencing something special. You're in the middle of an artwork floating above the void. We have to acknowledge that there's nothing else like it in Dubai or in the world. I love the fact that from your penthouse, you get an experience like this. I mean, this is breathtaking. And also, down below is the motor court where you can go into the lobby and then come up to the penthouse. That's one way you can get up to your unit, or there's actually another way that I think is super, super special. The fact that you have your own private garage within a ZAHA HADID building says it all. It's quite unique. Now, normally, this section is dedicated for 20 cars. It's about 4,500 square feet. But instead, they've converted this space into a beautiful car gallery that can house 8 cars and some motorcycles. I also really appreciate how the finishes, details, and the color palette here really matches the soothing and contemporary energy of the penthouse. Now, to my right, we got some beautiful cars here, and this section is really dedicated for your daily cars. And then on the other side, we have the deeper section of the garage where you can showcase your incredible car collection. Between the wall paneling, open shelving on the back, mood lighting throughout, and how you have these dedicated sections for your cars, it's an experience to walk this space. And over here, we got this beautiful custom motorcycle by 11. And then, of course, the iconic McLaren Speedtail. Such a beautiful, timeless car. And then on the other side, we have a Porsche 918 Spyder, another motorcycle. It's just an amazing space for you to showcase your beautiful vehicles. And then when you're ready, you simply walk to the other side, take the elevator, and then go up to your penthouse. Now let's check out the guest wing of the penthouse. In total, we have 3 spacious suites, and they all open up to the outdoors, and this gorgeous hallway or this gallery space takes you to them. Now, I like the ceiling height here, and this is really the ceiling height almost throughout the entire penthouse, little over 5 meters, and between the rounded walls, white plaster, oak paneling, and gorgeous Santa Marina marble floors, you have this understated elegance throughout the penthouse. And I mean, this space is perfect for your art, to showcase any paintings. You have your wall sconces, and I must say, I think this penthouse would be perfect for someone who likes to curate art, sculpture, and they just like to use this space as their gallery.
I was gonna say the same thing, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like apartments have the advantage compared to single family homes, especially in the hallways and the ceiling heights. It is so vast here. I hope the camera can do it justice, but this hallway is seriously so tall.
And it's an experience to walk to your bedroom. I mean,
Yes.
It's not just a hallway to facilitate the entry to your room, and it's the least we can do to take notice and showcase some of these details, and I agree with you. There's a feeling that you experience as you walk this hallway.
Definitely.
Now, to my left, we have the first guest suite that comes with a king-size bed, full bathroom. I'm gonna skip this one since the other two are relatively similar to this guest suite. In fact, let's go tour the second one. Off of its entry, we have built-in closets, this marble makeup section here with built-in plugs, mirror that runs all the way to the ceiling, and then you'll see the hardwood floors that gently lead you into the space. King-size bed, curved wall panels, built-in lighting, and I always like to point out this detail. And then you have floor-to-ceiling sliding glass doors opening up to one of the 4 terraces that we'll see in a second. Great room, great natural light coming in, motorized curtains and blackouts. It does feel like a curated, minimalist hotel room, and I like it. It is here to serve you and make sure your guest is comfortable. And we also have a nice desk here. Now, on the other side, we have the full bathroom. The marble theme is also extended here. We have the same Santa Marina marble on the floors, on the walls, but then this stunning vanity and the fabrication here is exquisite between the reveals, the book matching, the sink, guest fixtures, and how they use this marble for the niches, both for the vanity and the walk-in shower. I like the minimal contrast, but the vein structure still gives a lot of depth. And of course, your glass enclosed walk-in shower here with a rain head, your separate water closet on this side, beautiful, timeless bathroom design. Now, next up, I want to take everybody to the third guest suite. Now, concealed doors run all the way to the ceiling, and actually, I just realized, let's correct this real quick. Shades, open, open. We have the shades closed here. There you go. All motorized, super easy. And now, let's go into the bathroom. This one has the same design palette, just a slightly bigger bathroom. I personally love marble vanities. We have 2 niches here, the toiletries, but I also appreciate that OMNIYAT team kept the interior of the penthouse relatively minimalist. It is here to serve you, make you feel comfortable, but then you can put your own personal touches to it. And of course, your walk-in shower, all Jesse fixtures, separate water closet, and then the bedroom itself. King-size bed, and the bed itself is all leather wrapped. Your bedside tables, the wall paneling, curved corner, and we have additional built-in closets here. All the rooms, in fact, every single part of this penthouse gets great natural light, and that's something I personally really value. And lastly, we have the sliding glass door here opening up to the terrace. Enjoying Dubai at this elevation and having an outdoor space like this, all private to yourself, in a landmark architectural building is really special. And this terrace opens up to all 3 of the guest suites, some lounging beds, structural elements, but I gotta take everybody this way. Now we're facing the other side of the building. In fact, right in front of us is the Binary, another building by OMNIYAT, Dubai Water Canal, And the fact that Business Bay is still developing, new buildings are coming up, is so exciting. You're part of this vibrant, fast-paced energy, and I think that's why a lot of people are drawn to this particular area. Now on the other side, we have these oversized planters. It's important to bring landscaping into a contemporary design like this because plants are elements of life, and I personally enjoy them. And throughout the unit, they've done their best to incorporate as much landscaping as possible. Again, we have the steel columns. Unfortunately, you can't move these, but I personally really enjoyed that you can see them throughout. And lastly, this is the first guest suite that again opens up to the terrace. And now this is where the tour gets really interesting. Cody, follow me this way. This entire wing and all three terraces actually connect to each other. And in fact, I'll see you on the next one. Now this space is designed for your outdoor dining and gathering experiences. In fact, this is your BBQ Terrace. It opens up to the chef's kitchen here and opens up to the show kitchen here. And right in the center, we have the outdoor dining area, seating for 10, modern light fixture above. And again, every time they want to provide additional shade, they just bring the trellis element to the ceiling. And of course, we have the sliding glass doors here, opening up from the formal seating area straight to this room. And I just think it's a great space for gatherings, events, and for you to enjoy some meals. In fact, we got a beautiful island right behind me, all book matched with a floating shelf on top. On the other side, you can see your gas barbecue grill, vent above, and I also like this travertine back wall design. It's unfilled travertine, and they have it throughout the space, and it just brings that organic, natural touch to these outdoor spaces. Some open shelving, your sink, and also if you want this more minimalist look and really protect your cabinetry and your barbecue setup here, you have folding doors to close off this entire section, and you will conceal it with the wood paneling above. Now, Cody, why don't we show the other side of the island? Your wine fridge, additional cabinetry, ice maker. Again, great space to entertain. And I also like that these three terraces are connected to each other via this walkway. And also, if you're wondering what's above, that is technically the top floor of the entire building, and that's a catwalk, utility access for the rest of the floor. Now, next terrace is actually to our left. There's a concealed door here opening up, and now welcome to your pool terrace. A very, very exciting space. Out of every single residential unit in this building, only this penthouse has its own pool, and it is great size. Beyond that, it is above grade. So you have this architectural element, marble clad, planters on each side, beautiful trees, and right in the center, you have this massive piece of plexiglass. And I'm gonna say it's about 5 to 6 inches, and that way you can look into your plunge pool, natural stone tile throughout, your infinity edge. How cool is that you have your own pool on the top floor of Opus in the heart of Dubai? Seriously.
It's really cool. And given the architectural design of the building and how it's so cubic, you wouldn't really expect to have an infinity pool on the top. But the fact that it's inset into one of these courtyard terraces is honestly really great, and the views are really cool too.
I mean, this is a lot of water, so they had to engineer the building in a way to accommodate this pool here. But it shows they really went out of their way to make the crown jewel of Opus, this penthouse, as special as possible. And this is a great outdoor space with lounging beds to my left, full bathroom to the right, and that bathroom is stunning with travertine walls, marble vanity, and also right behind Cody, we have sliding glass doors opening up from the foyer to this space, so you have 2 different access points. I mean, I really like this terrace, and these are your private amenities. And on top of that, you have Opus amenities that come with this penthouse. The hotel pool, lobby, all the other services, restaurants down below. When you live in a penthouse like this or in this building, it's an ecosystem, right? You can have your office down here, you can enjoy the restaurants. You literally have everything you need under one roof. And it's just a unique residential offering where you can experience architecture, luxury, and comfort under one roof, designed by ZAHA HADID. And to me, that is really, really special. Now, so far we've shown you one wing of the penthouse. On the other side, we have the second wing, and it is just as special. This penthouse is all about the curved lines, smooth corners. And I love the fact that the architecture of the building comes into the unit. The slanted glass facade here, and down below us is the void, and it is part of the penthouse experience. It's really unique. Now, we have a long gallery space here that takes us to the living room and the primary bedroom at the end. But just like we talked about earlier, this penthouse is perfect for an art curator. You have so much wall space, and I love that we also have track lighting here, lighting each one of the paintings. Now, on the other side, you can see the void and Burj Khalifa, the iconic building that's right in front of us. So as you are enjoying this soothing space, you still get to participate in the city landscape. Now, welcome to your living room. The first thing I want to acknowledge is the ceiling height, the volume. It just adds up to your experience, and then you'll have this minimalist furnished seating area, your Minotti chairs, coffee tables, and your built-ins. They stayed pretty consistent when it comes to the design palette of the penthouse between white marble floors, oak paneling, and white walls. And to create some contrast and depth in certain areas, they also brought in the darker tones. The built-ins here look very nice with LED lighting, and it is also well accessorized between the books, small sculptures, and we have more built-ins behind Cody. Now also, if you look above, you can see these beautiful modern light fixtures, and then we have all these clear story windows to bring additional light. And in fact, you can see Burj Khalifa right there, but they also have another feature. Let me open the iPad up. This is all smart glass, right? So with a push of a button, you can bring additional privacy if you need to.
Pretty cool.
And it also darkens the space a little bit. That easy. Clear it back up. Now, welcome to the second part of your living room. Again, the volume is fantastic, and I can see myself taking a nap in many different areas within the penthouse. It is very soothing, very comfortable. You also have this custom rug, your coffee tables, and then your built-ins. You see between the light oak and the darker wood paneling here, there's a nice dimension to this room, and your TV, built-in speakers, eternal fireplace, and if you want to go for that minimalist look, you can simply close off your TV as well. And between the airiness of the living room and the glass walls, you just feel like you're literally floating up in the air. And obviously, being on the top floor of the Opus certainly helps. Now, let me take everybody to the corner lounge, and then there's small seating area. They're intimate, cozy, dome ceiling effect with an alabaster light fixture. And then on the other side, we have this book match marble wall with a Molteni ceiling mount shelving system, nice contemporary touch. And then over here, we have the bar, your oak built-ins for all your glassware, marble countertops, marble backsplash with LED lighting, your sink, fridge, and your wine fridge, just enough. And again, if you want the minimalist look, which I really appreciate, you can simply close it off. Now next up, as a countertop or an island design, they fabricated this beautiful bar area out of marble. It cantilevers on each side. You have your bar stools down below, and then your glass facade, and you're literally floating up in the air. I mean, the fact that you can just simply come up to this platform and look down to the city and enjoy Burj Khalifa straight from your bar, your corner lounge, or your living room is really, really special. What a cool offering. Now next up, I want to take everybody back this way. Now we're going to see the primary bedroom. But before we go up there, I want to quickly showcase the staircase that takes you up to the rooftop terrace. That's a phenomenal outdoor space. In fact, the clear story windows that we just talked about showcases the catwalk on that level as well. And then you have the marble staircase here with built-in LED lighting, gorgeous handrail that is smoothly curved out, and it takes you up there, and we're gonna see that right after the bedroom. But for now, I wanna take everybody to the primary bedroom. As soon as you walk in, you recognize the volume, the clear story windows, these cool light fixtures, and the curved corners and the smooth lines of this bedroom. It's a very, very nice space. Very comfortable, elegantly designed, perfectly proportioned, your bed, seating area, and your built-ins. Not to mention, you also have oak paneling throughout to create dimension between the white walls and the marble built-in section on this side. Calcata Macchia is book matched in many different sections, and I don't know, Cody, if you can see it, you have these straight lines in multiple different places.
Very cool.
So they've handpicked these slabs and made sure that it is nicely proportioned. Your 65-inch Bang & Olufsen TV with built-in speakers, and then you have the darker marble on the lower section, and then your oak paneling. Even the columns are oak wrapped, and I don't know if we talked about this yet, but throughout the facade of the building, certain glass panels have this pattern as well. And Opus is such an iconic building and such a striking building to look at, both during the day and at night. And after 20 years of its debut, it still looks very futuristic. It still captivates your attention, and that says a lot about its design. Now, on the other side, we have the comfortable seating, beautiful leather-wrapped ottoman. I love the texture on that leather. And then your B&B Italia king-size bed, leather-wrapped headboard, and the color palette with the sheets, blanket, pillows. It's very soothing. I feel like I kept using the word soothing in this penthouse a lot, and I think it says a lot about the space. From the time you arrive to the motor court and you come up to this level, I feel like you relax more and more, and you just get comfortable in the interior of Opus. And once you come up to the penthouse, it is the ultimate experience. Now, there's a door there that opens up to the walk-in closet, but instead, we're actually gonna go this way. There's a glass wall here with the screen detail. This is from Remedicio, and then your sliding glass door opens up to the bathroom. The first section I wanna cover is the built-in tub, narrow Marquina marble, and they use the same marble to fabricate the back section for some shelving and to house your fixtures. This side of the glass is tinted for additional privacy, but you still have your blackout as well. And Cody, why don't we take everybody this way? Walk-in shower, very timeless, very minimalist. The same Santa Marina marble, your rain head, and your handheld fixture. And then going to the other side, we have two vanities, marble countertops, and marble fabricated sinks with linear drains. And I like the touch on each side and the backsplash. They brought the metal details to give it a more refined feeling, as well as the fronts, your long mirror with mood lighting behind it, Jessie fixtures, toiletries. It's an elegant design. And again, these vanities contrast nicely against the marble floors. Now here, we have a separate water closet with a Toto toilet. And lastly, the door here opens up to your walk-in closet. The built-ins here are all from Molteni. And even though this is not the biggest closet, they've utilized every square inch of it. The fabrication here, the glass shelves, leather wrapping, and in fact, Cody, let's get a close-up. Look how beautiful these drawers are, all leather wrapped. Beyond that, I want to open up the closet here with tin frame glass doors, and inside, you'll have a space for your pants.
Smart.
And leather wrapped hangers. And when I saw this detail, I'm like, how do you hang your clothes and not damage the leather here? They actually have a thin strip of metal on top, so your hangers are sitting on the metal, so you can also slide your clothes and not damage this beautiful leather. And when you open up the doors of these built-ins, all the LED lights turn on as well. Now, we have more drawers here, leather wrapped countertops, LED lit mirror, additional built-ins, and your shoe racks. And when you're done, you simply open up the door here and go back into your bedroom. Full circle. Now we've covered the entire footprint of the penthouse except the rooftop terrace. Let's go up there. This is one of my favorite moments within the penthouse. The top floor terrace, where you have a cozy seating area, great moment for you to sit down, enjoy a cup of coffee, cup of tea, smoke your cigar, and just simply look outside, because these are your views. And beyond that, if you follow the walkway here, it takes you to the catwalk, and even more importantly, if you lean outside, you can see the void itself, which is exhilarating, moving, fascinating. The steel bridge, The architecture of ZAHA Hadid, all these glass panels, the sound of the city, and you live right in the heart of it, and you have an outdoor space like this for you to just take it all in. Now, we're fortunate enough to tour incredible homes, yachts, assets, and I feel like day by day we're becoming pickier when it comes to showcasing something. But we felt like this penthouse truly deserved the attention. The architecture of the building, the story of ZAHA Hadid, the location, and how the team at OMNIYAT has curated something that's truly one of a kind, has brought us here. And beyond that, when you have views like this straight from your rooftop terrace, it really doesn't get much better. The details of the Opus Penthouse leave very little room for debate. It's a one-of-a-kind, luxurious, and prestigious residence. But for me, a special feeling has been created here at the Opus. And this is part of why I love finding unique residences, touring these one-of-a-kind experiences, because I have a chance to discover what different creative approaches can make me feel. And that's the heart of my mission on this channel, to seek out these special places and see what they inspire and share it. In the Opus Penthouse, I felt energized with a balanced type of creativity. I wanted to sit on the terraces and plan the future, and then walk inside and embrace the comfort of life. And whether you might host 50 friends for dinner or contemplate quietly over a cup of coffee by yourself, this home brings you to a place where you can feel all the dynamic possibilities in one. OMNIYAT and ZAHA Hadid built a bold, daring structure with the Opus, and you feel that energy throughout the whole building. But when you add the intimacy and grandeur of the penthouse into that mix, it becomes something powerful. This home is a pure inspiration. Alright everyone, that's it for the tour. It's been an amazing few days touring the building and now the penthouse and sharing it with all of you. And let us know in the comments below, what do you think of Opus and the penthouse? As always, you can find more information about both of these in the description of the video. Make sure to check it out. And lastly, I want to give big thanks to the team at OMNIYAT for making the tour possible. And we'll see you guys on the next one.